Hello everyone, my name is Crovan's Gate Chunter 55, but you can call me Crovan. For the longest time, whether it's been Twitter, Instagram, or DeviantArt, the latter two, which I haven't touched in quite some time, I've been known for my take and play custom work and sets and such, but now I found it's time that I spread my wings and fly to YouTube. So I'm here to update you guys on what's been happening as of recently and what's to come in the future. So where I've been as of recently, considering I haven't posted maybe a custom in like at least 6 months, or I don't even know if I've posted really much content in relating to taking plays in a long time. It comes down to two things: school and I'm lazy. First one, school. School's obviously, if you've gone through school, sometimes there's hard things, you know. And I'm one of those kids who decides to challenge himself with honors and AP classes, and so it's not really that fun. I've decided, I mean, maybe I made a mistake, but it's just for the betterment of my learning and such. So that's just drain all my energy doing those classes. And then second off is me just being lazy. I come home from school and all of a sudden someone's playing on Minecraft or Roblox, and all of a sudden, you know, that takes up all my time, and I go and do that. And not to say that I hate doing, or I dislike wasting my time, because I enjoy having fun with my friends on those types of games and stuff, and I wouldn't take it back. But you know, sometimes I gotta get cracking on doing stuff like, you know, working on my series. And that's not to say that I don't. Like, I've been working on a lot more of the lore, more than the physical content, because I kind of want consistency in my series, and that's something I'm going to explain later on in the video, because I want to save the best for last. But finally, I kind of took quite a hefty break, and I guess I still am on that break, considering there's still some things that affect me. But there was some drama. I'm not going to get into it, but it's basically over, and I just hope it can stay that way, and so it won't cloud my mind and get in the way of me doing things. But overall, most of that stuff is kind of getting in the way. But that's why I'm making this video, so I can tell you once that stuff's out of the way, what I'm going to be doing in the future. To get the nitty-gritty stuff out of the way, the whole deal with COPPA, or COPPA is what people call it, is it's not going to stop me. I doubt that if my video is somehow mislabeled, that I'm going to be fined some outrageous amount, like $42,000 or anything like that, because the general consensus has come to that if you put your video as without the, you know, as being kid-friendly content, that it's for general audiences. And since my content is for all ages, whether you're young or old, I'm going to keep it that way so everyone can see what I am able to make. Customs. Customs are what I've been passionate about for the majority of my time in the community, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to produce custom content like I used to, and it's not a bad thing, and I'll explain. Because my custom content is going to be more focused towards making customs for my series. And so what I had originally done was I would make customs out of the blue. You know, I made Diesel 10 with a realistic hydraulic claw, and then I would make I would redo my Jinty custom, and they had no relation to what I was working on for a series. So it's not going to be a bad thing, because it means you guys are going to see more unique and interesting customs that people haven't produced. Like, I showed on my Twitter that I was making the Sodor and Mainland railway engines. So, you know, Neil and his buddies, all of them, for the first episode of my series. And I'm having an absolute joy making them, just because, and I don't mean that seriously, they are probably my least favorite customs to make, just because I have to scratch build them, and so I'm not painting them. I have to print out like decals that I slap onto balsa wood, and I have to scratch build them all together, and it's not my favorite thing to do, but I have to get it done for the first episode of my series so I can have, you know, the box tank engines. And you know, obviously once I get done with those, I'll finally make maybe some custom videos of the things that I've made in the past, or the things that I'm going to make. So, because everyone asks me, you know, when are you going to make custom content videos? And I'm like, you know what? When I get to that point, I'll get to that point. And so, you know, I'm hoping to get to that point sooner or later, because I enjoy showing off my customs, and I know people enjoy seeing them. Also, something I was thinking about doing was maybe going into some sort of theory series with the railway series and TV series, because I see sometimes people talk about these things, and I also love talking about them, but I don't see many videos about them. Like, I'd say, for example, if someone thought maybe, that Proteus was a Minnesota railway engine, but other people thought that, he was a Skarloey railway engine, I could put the cons and pros into which sounds, to be the most acceptable answer. And maybe I'd also go into some normal community discussions, because I know there's podcasts or that kind of thing, but I'm not talking about, talking about episodes and stuff. I just talk about, what's going on in the community, because, there's always topics or things going on that just sound like they need to be discussed, and I would love to do that and maybe have someone on to help discuss about it, and it sounds like it would be a lot of fun. Finally, my series is getting to the point where I can start to show off the fruits of my labor and just show you what it's gone through developmentally. At first, my series was just kind of inconsistent episodes where, it's like episode 1 is something, and then episode 2 was just an entirely different topic, not related to the previous episode. And I just couldn't do that because, I didn't like how it was just randomness that was separated from each other. They need to be kind of together. And so then I tried to do a story, kind of like the Railway series, where there's 4 to 5 related stories, and it was kind of wrapped up into kind of a book, and it would be like Railway series stories with TV series influences, and that kind of just cramped the flow of my style, because, the stories can be connected, but they don't have to be so related that they have to be all in the same place. And so, to conclude my rant, my series is just going to be kind of a stroll through the timeline of Sodor. And it's just going to be, obviously from the beginning to the end. It's going to be year by year. It's not going to be every single year. It'll skip a few years and stuff. But it's going to focus on the things that the Railway series or the Audreys never got to around to. And of course, it's going to stir in all the TV series stuff that has no explanation for being there whatsoever. To give an example, obviously, what's up with Diesel 10? He's not explained. There's no explanation for him to come to Sodor the first time and the second time, because he came, destroyed Lady, left, and came back. Why does he got a big metal death trap on his roof? Nobody explains that, and that's pretty illogical. How did he get out of the barge too? Like, he was in a barge and then he was back on the rails. Who bought him? If the Fat Controller disowned him, obviously, how does he get back on the railway? It's just all stuff we haven't a clue about its presence or how it got there at all, and I just know it's up to interpretation, of course, as everything is, in the sense that you can believe it to be that, but I aim to just show you all what the best explanation could be for anything you could ever ask from me. That's why it's been stuck so long in this developmental just state of me not showing you anything, because I've just been fleshing out this big plan where, I could tell you from beginning to end the story of Sodor. And so that's kind of the big idea for my series, and I hope that you guys will eventually get around to seeing it and enjoying it. So that's all I really have for you guys. I just wanted to give you kind of a definite explanation of what's been going on, as I said in the beginning, and what's to happen. And I hope you guys stick around to see what content I produce, whether it be customs content, or obviously some of my theories, or actually, of course, my series. I don't know which one's probably going to come out first. I don't expect it to be the series, because I still have a long way to go with that. The first episode is written, but I still have, obviously, the customs to make, and I got to get a bit more stuff for my sets. Otherwise, it's all set in that regard. I probably would, if any content's going to be a custom video first. I don't know what I would do it on, because I really want to redo all of my customs. But otherwise, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you hit that subscribe button, you can see all of my content that I've made before and what will become. And of course, have a good day. Peace.